Hey everyone, Peter's the boy here, and I am looking at All About Casual Game. It's 2019, and I am looking at the best of 2018 list that they've put out. I voted in it last year, now I want to see what the results are. I haven't actually looked at the results before, so I'm doing it now. So let's see what they have in HOPA. Best Hidden Object Game, I guess that's the purest version of games on this site, and it looks like Dark Parables won, Return of the Salt Princess. Dark Parables is my all-time favorite series of game in the HOPA genre, even though they're really fragmented object scenes. And it looks like everyone agrees with me. It has a really high profile, and Blue Tea Games has also come back to it, so I'm really happy about that. I really like their influence. Epix did an okay job. At the end, at the beginning though, it was a bit rough, and so I'm happy to see Blue Tea actually making these games again. So, good job on you, Blue Tea Games. Best adventure game. Let's see. This is one I'm a little bit disappointed about. Lost Lands is also one of my favorite series of all time, simply because they do a really good job at allowing you to move around quite a bit without feeling completely lost. Sometimes games will lock you into certain areas and not let you move on until you've cleared that area, essentially. But Lost Lands leaves it very open. Sometimes you'll have it's the game where you have to jump around the most out of all the series that I've ever played. Beyond, it's surprising as well that it didn't make it higher. Uh, Third is good, but Madhead Games is the one who makes the Beyond franchise, and they're so innovative and they're so creative that it's honestly a little bit disappointing that they didn't make it. I have not played the Anderson Accounts Chapter 1 before, so I'm gonna probably have to check that one out. I don't know much about that game. So I guess it caught people's attention. It's very close though, 16.73% versus 16.54%. So very, very close there. Lost Lands almost had that one. Dark Arda, I've heard good things about this one, but I guess it went out. It lost out to some of the higher profile titles like Mystery Case Files. That's one of the oldest series ever put out in the HOPA genre. And Dark City Munich, it's a little bit disappointing that it didn't make it higher, but I think that Dark City franchise, as time goes on, I think it'll get a higher profile. And best time management strategy, Parker and Lane Criminal Justice. That one was a runaway hit, I guess. I am not familiar with that one. I know Love Boat. I voted for the Love Boat. It made it second, but I think that one made it more just on name recognition than anything else. So Parker and Lane Criminal Justice, that might be worth something to check out if you're into time management games. Best match 3 or puzzle game. Last Resort Island. That's an interesting choice. I haven't heard about that one either. I know about Jewel Match, and I think I voted for either Jewel Match Royale 2 or Jewel Match Solitaire. I actually ended up voting more than once, and so I think I might have voted for both of these. But Last Resort Island looks like it's a favorite of people who play a lot of Match 3 or puzzle games. I I guess I need to check that out. Best visuals, Yuletide Legends Frozen Heart. I've heard and seen good things about Yuletide Legends. I didn't know about the visuals for that game, but I guess that's worth checking out. I voted for Dark Parables The Match Girls Lost Paradise, and I was really impressed by the visuals in that one. Blue Tea really went above and beyond in that version of, well, in that installment of the Dark Parables Dark Parables franchise. Yuletide Legends, I think they had a previous game, The Brothers Claws. I'll have to check later, but that one was very good as well. So I guess I need to check out Yuletide Legends. I do like Christmas HOPA games, so I guess I'll check that one out. Yeah, League of Light and Dawn of Hope. I want to probably check those series out in the future. And best story, Wanderlust: What Lies Beneath pulled it out. And then Noir Chronicles, City of Crime, Memoirs of Murder, Welcome to Hidden Pines, Path of Greed Sin. I voted for Path of Greed Sin. I didn't know much about these titles. There's so many titles that come out. It's hard to keep up with even some of them. So I guess Wanderlust is worth something and worth checking out. I also know League of Light, but apparently that one wasn't that great. So I want to check out Path of Sin Greed in the future, and I guess Wanderlust as well. That's worth checking out as well. Best New Series, Noir Chronicles, City of Crime. I guess Noir Chronicles is something I really need to check out then. It's getting a lot of buzz, and then Wanderlust: What Lies Beneath is also coming up. So I guess that's worth checking out. Amber's Airline High Hopes. I don't know that I'm going to check that one out. Kingmaker Rise of the Throne is. I forget which one I voted for. I think because I voted more than once. I think I voted for both Dark City London and Kingmaker Rise to the Throne. I guess I can hold off on checking those out in full and jump straight over to Noir Chronicles. Apparently that one's much better. Best sequel, Darkness and Flame, The Dark Side. This series has always been very good. I like bonfire stories a lot, so I voted for Heartless. So I guess The Dark Side is one to check out as well. Puppet Show is something I've seen turn up quite a bit, and I don't know if I'm going to check this one out. It didn't make it high enough on this list. Maybe it's not as good as I thought it was. And then Best Developer, For Friends Games. That's interesting. Epix is second. They're really huge. Madhead Games only made it to third. They're still very creative. If you've not seen a lot of HOPA games, definitely check out Madhead Games. Even though they're coming up third as the best developer, they really redefined the genre. So they're definitely worth checking out. I voted for Madhead Games. I guess I'll have to pay more attention to Four Friends Games. And Grandma Studios, I have a history with that. I guess I'll just leave that alone. Best Concept, Kingmaker Rise to the Throne. This game definitely deserves it. This game has an attention to detail that is second to none. It is absolutely phenomenal, and so it's worth checking out. Vermilion Watch in Blood, I don't know much about that one. And then the Legacy, I like the Legacy series, and then Dark City, I like the Dark City series. All of these are a little bit pretty interesting. And the most buzzed about game, Dark Aura, Broken Heart's Quest. I think I voted for that one as well. That one I've heard a lot of buzz about. Then Dark Parables, I guess there's buzz around it because of Blue Tea Games. Then Kingmaker, Rise to the Throne because of the attention to detail. A lot of good games in here. Most of them are worth your time. Best of the best, Darkness and Flame, The Dark Side. And then Kingmaker, Rise to the Throne, and then Dark City London. I'm actually a little bit disappointed. I think Dark City London was the best of the best. But Kingmaker Rise to the Throne, I can't be mad about that one. That one's incredible. If you haven't seen it before, check that one out. And then Darkness and Flame, The Dark Side, I didn't pay much attention. I should. I guess I'll check that one out. Duel Match Royale 2 Rise of the King. It's very hard for Match 3 or puzzle games to make it to the top of the best of the best. So I understand why it's down there and why they have their own category as well. And that covers it. So that is the list of the best of 2018 in terms of casual games. Most of these games are HOPA games. A few of them are Match 3 and puzzle or time management or strategy. But I think it's worth your time to check out the top one or two of most of these genres, whatever you might be interested in. The ones I would recommend to check out would be if you've never played Dark Perils before, I would recommend starting with the latest one, I guess the one that is the Match Girls Lost Paradise. It's not listed here. I'll get back to that one. In fact, I'll just start from the top and see which ones I would recommend. I think Path of Sin Greed. I mean to say that one's worth checking out. And then over here, the Anderson accounts. Apparently, that one's very good. Lost Lands Mistakes of the Past is very good. Beyond the Fading Signal, very good as well. These aren't a huge time investment. If you've played a lot of these games before, then you know that there's a couple of hours, and then you can go on to another game as well. I would recommend. I like Jewel Match Royale, so I'll recommend that one, either one or two. I would recommend that one. Best visuals, I would recommend actually Yuletide Legends, Frozen Heart, and the Dark Parables, the Match Girls Lost Paradise. I think that's a phenomenal series in general, and this one was pretty impressive. Another one I would recommend. It sounds like Noir Chronicles, although I haven't played it, is a really good series, and both of them are pretty highly regarded apparently. So I guess I would suggest checking it out. I don't know from personal experience, but that might be one to check out. And the Path of Sin Greed, again. And Kingmaker Rise to the Throne. If I was to pick one or two to recommend out of everything else, that would be one of them. And then Dark City London, that one's worth checking out. For this one, Best Sequel, I don't know that I would specifically recommend anything. I like the Bonfire Story series, but that one might be an acquired taste for people. And this one's well regarded. I don't know that I would specifically recommend it, but it made it to the best and best sequel, so check it out. Four Friends Games, I guess they did some really good work last year, and so check them out in terms of quality. They're pretty highly rated. And then best concept, again, Kingmaker Rise of the Throne. That one's very good. Most buzzed about game, I guess this one's worth a check. Dark Ada, Broken Hearts Quest. And then Best of the Best, Darkness and Flame, The Dark Side. I guess that one really caught people's eye. So those would be the ones I guess I would recommend. Anyways, feel free to check out any of these. And if you have some difference of opinion, put it in the comments below. This is Peter Staboy. I'll see you later. Bye.